have a bunch of scraps from your favorite cardstocks just like this one? Hello, I am Karen Heshik of Karen's Creative Cards, and I'm sharing this video on my YouTube channel and on cut cardstocks. My favorite cardstocks are the Star Dream Metallics and Linens from cut cardstock. You can see that the Star Dream Metallics have like a shimmer to them, and I use them all the time. And then the linens have a really nice texture to them. So I use them all the time, as I said, and I end up creating scraps too good to throw away like these. So what can we make from them? So all the scraps that you saw have turned into pieces to make a love card for my family. Some of these are older dies that I've had for years, but most of them are from a new set from Altenew called Fireside Escape. This reminds me of the fire pit scene at the lake house where my family gathers for each birthday and holiday. My favorite activities include gathering around a fire and laughing and roasting marshmallows. So I'm going to put these together. I have put the fire together, and there is a fire pit. We'll move these aside for now. This Altenew set and many of their sets has what I consider a brilliant keyhole system. When you have all sorts of pieces to die cuts and you're not sure how to put them together, this tells you exactly what to do. So there is a number 1 on there, and then there is a hole they're calling the keyhole. And so that number 1 is going to go on the number 2 right where that same hole is. So we're going to put this on here and line up the holes. I'm hoping you can see that. So I'm going to put some glue right around that keyhole because I know that part is attached. And then this little part here also gets attached. So if I line up these 2 holes perfectly, I know that this is exactly where it needs to be. And then I'm going to take number 3, and once again there's a little hole and a number there, and that's going to go on top here across the bottom. So I'm going to attach some glue here. Line up the keyholes and press down. So these chairs look so much like the wood plank chairs that's often around a fire pit. I also have the 1, 2, 3 here to show you for the fire pit, but I do want to make this a little not quite so shiny. And I also want to do that with my chairs. So I have my black distress ink here. And we'll just add a little bit of ink, make it look like it's been used. And also to make the chairs look like they might have been left outside, which is what most people do with this type of chair. And been sitting around a campfire, maybe got a little soot on them. So just a little bit of color there. So now we're going to take the number 1 and line up the number 2. And then we're going to take the number 3 and attach that around here. It covers up the hole and the number. And then I have my fire ready. That was several layers. Very easy to put together again. And I have a glue dot on the back of that just to easily attach that. So all our pieces are ready to go. I've decided to do an easel, so we'll have that fireplace scene with the family. And I have a card front that I already stenciled some stars on and have that ready to go. So let's create our scene. I think I'm going to pop up the fireplace. So that's going to be in the center, popped up. And then we're going to put one chair. There, ready to sit and enjoy the warmth. I think I might put a piece of too wide. Sometimes I like to use a piece of score tape in addition to my glue, and then that grabs it a little quicker. You don't have to wait for it to set up. But the glue gives us a little wiggle room to make sure you have it right where you want it. And of course those tiny little legs and arms you're going to need glue on. But I won't have to wait for it to set up so long. So I like using a combination. Here's another chair to sit on and enjoy the warmth of the campfire. And then I thought I would put love in the sky with the stars, as family is love. So this is a typical A2 easel card. It's the normal 8.5 by 5.5 scored at 4 1/4, and then I scored it again in the center, so it's going to stand up like that. So I have put two-sided tape along the bottom here because we want to attach it to only the bottom half of that card front. And then this family is an old die that I've had for years on a stitched rectangle, and I have raised it with some a little bit taller pop strip, and that's going to hold up the scene. So we're going to put that in the center. See if that looks pretty centered there. And then the campfire scene stands up. It lays flat to mail, and then it will stand up as the typical easel with that beautiful fireside scene. This scene with just scraps makes me smile with wonderful memories. I hope my card encourages you to use up some of your scraps and then send some handmade joy out into our world.